Hello there, Gia.
Hello, Keisha. How we doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. As I told you a minute ago, I don't feel like I have anything too exciting to say about our last
Yeah.
couple episodes, but we'll see what happens. Maybe
Okay.
we'll
Well,
drum up
yeah.
some drama or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched all three episodes today for the first time, so we'll see what I've retained.
What have you been doing? Like actually working or something? Like
It's hard to
adulting?
adulting just barely, Gia, just barely.
I did like approximately like 15 minutes of adulting today, and I was just worn out by it.
What what do you define as adulting?
Oh, like trying to make appointments or phone
Oh
calls
yeah,
or,
yeah. I'm
answering
so bad at
emails,
that
that kind of
stuff.
stuff,
Ugh, yeah, yeah.
Just, yeah, anything
Got
that
it.
I've been avoiding in the like
Oh yeah.
email
Mm-hmm.
area having to do with
Mm-hmm.
like money or business or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Okay.
Phone
Yeah.
phone
Okay.
phone call-y,
Mm-hmm.
returning things or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
it just wears me out, the actual confrontations with the adult world.
I know. It's not anything that what it's cracked up to be. I don't think.
No, why were we in such a hurry to grow up? Ugh.
I I think it was for me. It was because it seemed like you could eat donuts whenever you wanted to,
And
and now
now
I'm
you're
paying the
there, and how
price.
is that? Yeah. No,
Well, I don't think I told you about how I recently sprained my ankle while I was in my bed.
oh my gosh, no. Just a difficult rollover or something?
I was trying to retrace my steps, and I realized there weren't any. There were no steps. I was just
So while lying down, you sprained your ankle?
well, I was sitting like, cross-legged or something like on my computer, all day, and then like around 5 o'clock, it just started to swell up, and it hurt a lot, and I couldn't put my weight on it. It's like,
Oh
holy
my
crap!
goodness.
So I can't even get through a day safely doing nothing. So
I
this
do
is,
remember that day you called me years ago and you decided you had a blood clot in your leg because you'd
yeah,
read about
yeah,
it in the
yeah,
Merck manual.
yeah. I stand by that
I got
diagnosis.
a treat. Okay, anyway, should we
Anyway,
talk about General Hospital?
yeah. I guess we could. Okay, so I wanted to go back to Tuesday, which was where
Okay.
what we
Well,
left off. What did you want to say? Is something going on in
no,
your
I just don't think I can remember Tuesday, but you
Okay, I think
remind me and
it'll
I'll
yeah, it'll come rushing back to you. Because Monday we left off with Drew and Nina getting it on for the second time.
getting busy. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Tuesday they were finishing up, if you
Oh,
will.
and Willow is at the door. Yeah, knocking.
Yeah, and yeah, like a long period of time elapsed between her first knock and the time, she
Right,
knocked
right. So
again.
everybody was
So
able to put their clothing completely back on and tuck their shirts in before she knocked again. Yeah.
pretty much, although Drew, I guess, hadn't tied his shoe, but she was still, I guess, innocent enough that she didn't put together what might have happened in
Right,
the
right.
office, right?
Even though Nina was like nervous as a cat, which she always
Yeah,
is, I guess. So you could attribute that Nina being nervous as a cat to a lot of things. So,
a lot. Yeah,
um,
so many things, like all the things. Yeah.
yeah.
But in Willow's takeaway was that Drew is an even better person than she thought he was before, right?
Oh, I know. That whole Drew worship thing is like just brings vomit into my throat every time.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now she's throwing in with him, and she's gonna be the spokesperson for the
Yeah,
marrow transplant, whatever.
yeah, right.
It felt like everything lately has been all about everybody's getting a new job, you know?
Yeah, and most of it is thanks to Drew.
Right, because he's just manic. He's like this manic dude,
Yeah,
um,
who's like, I don't know,
throwing his hands around.
Yeah, and he like on the surface it seems like he's doing good, I guess, but I don't know. I some of it seems a little like whatever he's given Curtis as a job. I'm not sure I get that how all of a sudden it came out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and
he's
same with
the head of his line of
uh,
gyms or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, this new
And Curtis
division.
is like moving around absolutely no problem.
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. And everything he said about Curtis as far as credentials seemed a little thin. Not that I don't like Curtis and I'm sure he could do a fine job, but there was nothing really of
Yeah,
substance in
being
his.
people that like, okay, so he works out, he does work
Yeah.
out,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously, and so
Mhm.
he has spent a lot of time in gyms in his life, but
Mhm.
is that all you need to be a business person in, I don't know. It does
Yeah.
all of these things. It seems like they're laying on thick with the
Yeah.
everybody's getting a new role. Sasha's a cook.
Yeah. 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 And
Willow's
that
a spokesperson.
right, right.
Curtis is a I don't know what you even call that, like
I
some
don't
kind
know
of
either.
gym whore. Um,
Yes. That's right. That's what it's called.
I just wanted to say something dirty. That's all.
I used to be
But
a gym whore.
did you? I
No.
didn't. That was before I knew you, I think.
Yeah. I know I
Like,
used to work out a lot and now I
that's so
don't.
weird for me to think
I
about
know.
because you were sort of anti that from the moment I met you. Anyway,
I know.
I
It's
felt like you discouraged working out mostly.
probably do now. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be that way.
No, I discourage it in myself, I think. So I don't,
Mm,
I can't blame you. Um,
okay. Thanks.
but anyway, it feels like everybody's like, it's this weird, funny, like, what's the other one? The Victor show that's all
Yeah.
about the business.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Young and the Restless, right?
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
It seems like that is more. I haven't watched it in a long time, but like
Mhm.
it was all about business and business
Yeah.
acquisitions and
And that was the
jobs.
part that was the most tiresome about it, I thought, it's like
Yeah, and I feel like that's where we're headed here with all these weird
maybe. Yeah,
jobby.
maybe. And like you said, everybody's getting a makeover and it kind of seems like in a way, I mean, I know all the writers aren't brand new. Some of them were working on the show before, right? But it's
Right. I think one of them.
at least, yeah, it seems like they're having to like pee on everything, like to mark their territory or something, you know?
Well, I'm hoping that's not what's actually happening because that wouldn't
That,
really be hygienic. But
no, that's true. That's true. Figuratively.
yeah, and I'm cool with like a little shakeup of things, but it's funny how they decided to do it with everybody all at once. It's like a
Yeah,
weird.
and sometimes it seems like it's so rough. Like,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
inconsistent from one episode to the next, like we talked about last time, like two people, Finn and his dad, like switched points of view, and it seemed like it happened again this week, and I can't remember who it was, but suddenly like two people are sort of saying what the other was. Oh, Nina and Drew, she's acting like he's the one who's vengeful and everything, and it was just like it seems so like weird, and incoherent almost.
Yeah, they're kind of loosey goosey, these new writers.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know what's
I
going on.
wanted Drew and Nina to become less and less intelligible, but I don't know if I can chalk it up to that or bad writing.
Yeah, I think they have some good impulses, but their
Yeah,
execution is
yeah.
not the best yet. But
No, no.
well, I don't know. I like some things going on. I like Drew and Nina
Hmm.
together. They crack me up. Um,
Did you
So
like
anytime
when
I see a scene with those two, I'm like, okay, get it
yeah,
on, baby.
yeah. Did you like when Nina went to talk to Maxie about Drew? Did you remember that
Yeah,
scene?
that was kind of funny. Like, what did Maxie say? Like, come again? Or
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. That's what she said. Yeah. Maxie, I think, really held her own in every scene she was in. Like she always
Yeah,
does. But
Maxie has been shining the past couple of days
yeah,
as Maxie. Like
yes,
she hasn't
yes.
changed. She's been
Hmm.
Maxie all the way through.
Yeah, they still seem to not want to bring her into the forefront completely. Like she still seems like sort of like a
Yeah, like a supporting player or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
and I think she's got all the qualities of a real, solid like Laura type character, who's,
Right.
you know,
They have done a better job, as I said the other day, I think, with the like wardrobe and making her more
yeah,
Maxie.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. And there was such a like today was it was a real labor of love for me to watch the whole episode today.
Was it
Um,
the was
it
that the
was so
TJ
freaking
stuff? Was
tedious.
that today the TJ
I
scene?
think TJ was the day before, but today was
Oh,
like, oh, Lois is going to be the
oh
spokesperson.
yeah, that
It
was
was like
like it. They
all
took.
that. And all
Oh,
the children, it was like all the child actors, and I
I
was like,
know,
"Oh my god!" It was just
man.
almost
Yeah,
unbearable.
was
Oh,
what
oh yeah,
I'm guessing.
TJ. Speaking of unbearable, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
there was.
What
Yeah,
the
there was.
actual fuck, TJ?
That was so. That was just mean. It was just mean, and he was such a like. Can I say the word douche? I mean, I think it.
You do overuse it. If you had something else, it'd be cool.
Like an Uber douche.
Uber douchey, yeah. He's unbearable. I'm sure Molly's like got to be looking at him like going, "I'm having a child with him because why?"
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Um,
He doesn't really have a leg to stand on, I don't think.
he's a doctor, and yet
Yeah.
he's got all these like incomprehensible ideas about how Kristina needs to be behaving during her pregnancy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, ambushing her at a breakfast was like, oh,
Yeah.
it was awful. It was just awful, and
It
I
was.
was totally on her side. I felt
Mhm.
bad for Molly, who's
Yeah.
becoming a little more of a real character to me now.
Yeah,
This
definitely, I
Molly,
think. I think she's good, yeah. Yeah.
but TJ is like they just decided to throw him under the bus. Like, let's make TJ like
Mhm.
somebody we can't stand.
Yeah, and mission accomplished.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
good,
And, well,
good
and he
job,
said
Sonny.
when he was talking about how if they'd used a surrogate, that would have been better somehow. But with a surrogate, it seems like you'd have even less knowledge or control over what they did in their private time, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I think he just was referring to the fact that there's no undoing the tie with
yeah, that's,
Kristina after the
yeah.
baby.
And I think
Um,
Molly called it, like when she
yeah,
said there'd be no way to get rid of her or something, like, I think
yeah,
that
but
was,
it's
yeah.
too late, dude. Like you
Yeah, this
agreed.
is all way too late. So
Yeah,
he's
so
just
it's
he's
just
just sort of
yeah,
soured the whole experience, I think, for
yeah. When
everybody.
he didn't need to, and
No,
so now, of
no.
course, there's going to be problems. But of course, they've got her saying things like "my baby" and this.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Also
Yeah.
unbearable. Another really unlikable, unbearable character is
Oh,
Blaze's
yeah.
mother. Um,
And they seem to be setting out to make her extremely unlikable. And
right.
I
They don't
don't
need
know,
to be
like,
that heavy-handed, do they?
no, I
Um,
don't think so. I mean,
we
we
already disliked her.
right off the bat, she was rude, she was mean, and
Yeah,
she
now she's
seems
just sort of touring around being rude and mean and
to
nasty. And
everyone to like trying to control every aspect of Blaze's life and
yeah,
the lives of those around her, So
insulting Kristina because she's a bartender.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I'm still not exactly clear on what her agenda is. I think Maxie kind of called it, but it seems like there must be more going on. I think there's more to that character.
And how could she just be in town and parked there and living there and like, does she not have a life where she's from? Like, is
Right.
she just staying indefinitely?
I don't know. She's acting like she's super busy and important, but she
And
doesn't seem to have anything going on.
why doesn't Blaze have any kind of backbone around this mother?
Yeah, and when there was some part in there when they were talking about her and her deception role, and it seemed sort of preposterous when they said she's the new face of deception, but she doesn't do any of the promotion.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, oh, and so what is she? Why is she the face of deception? She doesn't do anything, but
right. That seemed like, wait a minute. So she's just like in print ads, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't seem really plausible.
Also unbearable and unlikable at the moment. Just to keep with the theme,
Wiley.
Lucy.
Oh,
well, Wiley. Yeah, of course, Wiley. Always Wiley.
Yeah, Lucy.
Forever Wiley. But Lucy, who I know in the past she has been like unbearable and like a cartoon.
Yeah,
but why do they do that to her over and over? Why do they make her, they occasionally involve her in a storyline and show her having some, compassion and some like human characteristics, and then they just make her a joke again, and it's like,
yeah,
how are we supposed to sympathize with anything about her?
Yeah, and that whole detour she took with Deception, where she made it all about her on Home and Heart and all of that seemed like that was really kind of out of character. I mean, she's a savvy businesswoman.
Right,
sort
she
of,
would know better.
Yeah. And so it seemed like she wanted to sabotage the business or something. And then now it seems like that was just an ego trip. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're always trying to give people more credit than they deserve. Like, you thought she was doing something devious there.
Yeah,
and like, no, I don't think so.
So it's just like sloppy character development or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then the whole like stupid. Today's episode was one of the most stupid I've seen in some time. I have to say.
It really was. There were like Hallmark movie moments, or was that today? Like with Chase in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and like everybody lining up for Brooklyn to do like a screen test to be the spokesperson, and her not being able to be savvy enough to do that was like totally out of character.
Yeah, she was a musician before, so she's aware of how you come across publicly and stuff.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And why did all the children have to be there? And was that a different Aiden? Please tell me that's a different Aiden today.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oh my God, seriously? No?
Well, different from when? Like earlier in the week? Or I wondered that today, but then I thought, no, wait a minute. I don't know.
Oh, seriously? Because you're not sure? Because I was like, wait a minute, that's a different Aiden. And
yeah, I wasn't sure. But I only watched those episodes once, so I don't know.
All right.
But I was also wondering, like, if that Georgie is new. Is that
I think so, definitely, because we had a much nastier Georgie before.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She had an edge to her.
Yeah, she was edgy. Yeah. I think that was a different Aiden, and I'm hoping we keep the same Aiden. Not that this guy wasn't good, but if they're going to have a big storyline about him being bullied, which I think that's what we're leading up to. Which I didn't think. Once again, I like the idea of the bullying storyline, but it was so poorly executed with the there was a smudge of pink on the guy's backpack.
I know. And then
it was like nothing, and Elizabeth's like, "What is that? Oh my God!" There was big overreaction.
I know that's not like her either. It
was all very poorly executed.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Yep. And then but then she brings up like the paint in his hair. And if we had seen that before,
If we
maybe
had
then
seen that, yeah, that would have been cool. Or
hmm
if there had been like some writing like that looked maybe like fag or something,
yeah. Yeah.
but
hmm
just a splotch of pink paint, like, well, I might have come home with paint on a backpack, or
Yeah. Yeah.
his explanation of art class was perfectly plausible
Yeah.
for what we
hmm
saw.
hmm Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just thought, I don't know who screwed it up, the props people or the writers,
Yeah.
maybe
They
a
seem
little
like
bit of both.
a lot of things are rushed or something, like
Something, yeah,
they're
yeah,
like they're doing everything like first draft, one take or something. They're not really
yeah.
trying very hard to
We're just
bring.
complaining tonight, aren't we? We're being like
We
really
are. We are
negative. I
a little
apologize. Do you
bit.
have anything funny to say? Can you do a little song and dance number?
No,
Something,
I can't.
something
Um,
entertaining. Anything entertaining happening in your life to interject a little lightness?
um, I no, I don't think so, Gia.
Oh no! Come on.
Um, well, I was gonna say while we were complaining, I thought your biggest beef would be with Wiley because he had fed gum to one of the horses. Apparently,
What?
did you
How
hear
did I
that?
miss that? How did I miss that?
I forget
Was
who.
that
With
today?
yeah, who was it? Was it must have been Michael or some? I think who said, "Don't feed gum to the horse again."
Well,
And
there was
then
a lot of stuff in the barn, and also I thought,
yeah, it was in the barn.
yeah, it was poorly, like, I would not have let children that young off alone with horses, like that would have
Yeah.
been kind of a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
hear the gum thing, but stupid Wiley, freaking Wiley.
See there. I had a reason to dislike him.
There was just sort of all kinds of clunky stuff, like the whole like,
Yeah,
oh, Willow and Michael are just gonna, go have a little sexy time in the middle of the day when they don't even know where their children are. Like they're just
I
gonna,
know. I know. Yeah, there was no
they're
sign
just
of the babysitter, so she must have just dropped the kids
yeah.
at the
So they
house
just
and
they were
taken
like,
off.
oh yeah, okay, we'll just get it on
Hmm
till we hear a noise,
Yeah.
and then the whole like they break the plate and they
hmm
like sweep it up but just leave the dustpan on the table and it was like weird. It was just
Yeah.
weird. I don't
Yeah.
know.
hmm
It's all weird and clunky.
Yes, it really was. It really was.
And also, I
And
can I just complain about the lunch that like
like just pound cake or bread or something. Couldn't tell if there was
some
anything
kind of
under that.
sandwich made out of leftovers or something. But
Yeah.
like, so you just serve just a solo like small sandwich without like a, I don't know, like a little side of fruit or a green
hmm
salad or something, like
hmm
that's
hmm
all, and
Yeah.
you send it around to everybody. I don't know, it was weird. It was
It
like,
was, yeah. It didn't look like anything special. All you could see really was like a piece of bread, or it looked more
yeah,
like
I thought it
pound
might have
cake
been
to
pound
me.
cake like you
Yeah,
thought, yeah.
yeah.
But it was kind
Which,
of a sandwich made out of leftovers. I didn't look up whatever the thing was that Tracy was talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Um,
But
but
yeah,
no side, no nothing. That's not a
right.
well balanced meal to serve as your first meal. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like there should have been like something green and then some
Yep.
fruit or something.
hmm Yeah, yeah. I agree, Gia. I
I
think
mean, I'm
the whole Sasha as the Quartermaine chef thing is still like, it's like I don't know if that's going to stay interesting
yeah,
for
it's
very long.
bizarre. We've already
Yeah.
solved the tension between she and Tracy. That took like an hour.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. So Gregory's got the magic touch when it comes to Tracy, I guess. He's the Tracy whisperer.
Yeah, that was the only thing I found interesting about today was Tracy and Gregory talking. Um,
Yeah, and it does seem like he's gonna die, I guess. I don't
I
know.
think they're
I
just gonna let him die. I know.
that does seem like kind of a waste of a lot of potential, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was that conversation was kind of the only thing that really held me today.
Yeah, and I even felt for Tracy when she was reminiscing about Luke and stuff.
Reminiscing about Luke and feeling like her life had been
Yeah,
kind of useless and she'd been
yeah,
given so much and done so little, and I was like,
yeah,
oh my God, that's me. Oh my
yeah.
God.
I know. I kind of wanted to have some guidance about how to live with these regrets.
How to live with regrets 101.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I felt like anybody can feel like that to some degree. Like, I've been given so much, and what have I done? What have I given
yeah,
back, or what have I done? And
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, so that was a little bit rough. I felt like it was real.
yeah.
Tracy's so good; it just feels real when she's speaking.
She is good. Yeah, and he's definitely doing a good job too. I mean, I couldn't stand that guy for a
I know.
while.
Well, they test drove him with Alexis,
Yeah,
and the whole like bantering about the paper and journalism, and none of that like really worked. But
no.
they needed the magic of Tracy, I guess, was what it
Yeah, I
was.
think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah.
I
Um,
know we came around, and I hate to say it because I hated Cody as well, but
yeah, me
Cody's hair
too.
is growing out a little bit, and he looked kind of handsome. Did he look handsome to
Pantsome?
me, or was it?
Did you say
Yes.
pantsome?
No, I didn't, but I wish I had. No, I just said handsome, but I like the longer hair on him.
Uh-huh. It's the hair goes a long way with you, doesn't it?
Apparently, apparently it does.
I wouldn't
I got
have
asked
guessed
tonight,
that.
like, about, did you get like a haircut? It was like, and it wasn't like in a good way.
Yeah, I know. I think that's better than no comment at all, which is what I
I
get
don't
these
know. I was
days.
just kind of like, yes, I have bangs now. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing the bangs thing.
do,
Uh,
do people still do bangs?
yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Only Ava. But no,
And
no,
and
that's
Billy Bob Thornton. God.
yeah, I know. I was going to say, like, if they're too short, it definitely sends a completely different message.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think yours are, though. I think yours are fine.
You haven't seen them in real life. You haven't really seen them.
Didn't you show your face on the camera when you had them just after you
I
got them?
probably did, but
Yeah.
with this humidity, they're really short.
Uh-oh. Then maybe you are scaring people.
Oh, excuse me. So anyway, I feel like I don't have anything good to say about the last couple days. I mean, I don't know. I guess I like the shaking things up a little bit. With everybody getting a new job, and I like that Drew and Nina are continuing to get it on and be weirdos.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, there's just a lot of random shit flying
Random shit
around
going
right
on,
now.
yeah.
You know, I'm not sure why.
And Willow's gonna have a new job. Willow's missing too much with the kids, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. Why
yeah,
doesn't Michael go, oh, you're right, I feel like I've been missing it too. I don't need the money either. Why don't I also stay home? Did you
yeah,
think it was rude that Drew, when he was offering Willow the job, pointed out that she was wealthy and didn't need to get paid?
yeah. It's a little
It's
bit.
kind of rude.
It is rude. Yeah. I don't think that's how people do things like that. I don't think you offer somebody a job and then say, you don't really want to get paid, do you? You'll
Yeah,
look
you're
like an
wealthy.
asshole if you
Yeah.
try to get paid. That's not
I mean, I
cool.
kind of like, I guess I kind of like the interjection of a little bit of reality in that
Mm-hmm.
Willow is thinking about can she pay her own way? Can she take care of
Mm-hmm.
herself? We had a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of that with the Sasha and Chase discussion of who's paying for things, and that's
Oh,
reality a little bit.
Brooklyn and Chase.
I mean, yeah, Brooklyn and
Yeah,
Chase
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about,
Uh-huh. Yep, yep.
would they use her money for things, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's sort of interesting to have that like reality
Yeah, yeah.
thrown
That's
in
true.
there.
That's true. Um,
We didn't have that discussion going on before.
no. It was what also struck me as odd was that Willow, when she was at the hospital, and even though there were no patients, apparently they were still very short-handed. And she, had put in a long day, wanted to go home. She was thinking about Elizabeth and all of, her suffering and stuff. And I thought she would have felt more obligated
To
to be a
stay.
nurse. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
clearly there's a need, but she didn't. She didn't.
No, she'd
She
done
just,
her 12 hours and she was out of there.
yeah.
Um,
And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's, probably healthy to just be thinking of your family and what's important,
yeah,
there,
it made me think about Elizabeth, and so she has one child with Jason who's wealthy
Hmm.
enough to buy Carly her half of the MetroCourt back, but not wealthy enough to allow Elizabeth to not work, double shifts all the time, even though
Yeah. I'm sure he would pay her whatever he's supposed to, right? If there's, I don't know, child support or whatever. I don't know how that worked. If he
I don't
disappeared
know.
and was dead, I don't
I
know.
would hope so, but I
Yeah.
kind of thought, it made me think like, yeah, maybe somebody should be giving Elizabeth a little bit of a break.
Yeah. I know I don't like to think of her sort of just getting by.
Yeah, yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah, because we love Elizabeth.
We do. She deserves a break. She should have time to paint, for crying
I
out
I
loud?
know. I think she got a little bit of a haircut recently too,
Yeah. Yeah. Still
but not
tiny as
bangs,
ever. Yeah.
not the Peter bangs. Um, well, anyway,
uh,
I don't know. I'm a little scattered tonight. I don't have a lot of like um, insight or anything exciting to say. I'm afraid. I don't know.
well, it seemed like, they touched on a lot of things in sort of they skimmed the surface of a lot of things. Like we also had Valentine and Anna. Oh, and Anna
Oh, did
and
you take a look at Valentine's
I
hairline in the
tried.
bathtub?
I tried.
Yeah.
It's like, now
It's
what the hell
weird.
was
Come on,
Gia
it's like
talking
weird.
about?
You didn't notice? Like, you think I'm making that up?
No, but I didn't get a good look at it. It did look like it was
Oh,
shaved like
okay.
behind his ear a
Yeah,
bit.
like, do they
Yeah.
do that? I don't
I don't
know.
know. What the hell do I know? I mean, guys up here.
They don't get haircuts. I know
No.
that. My old man hasn't got a haircut from anybody but himself for, I
Uh-huh.
don't know, like the entire time I've met him, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
What's your
much.
point?
I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe guys do get their hair shaved up behind their ears like that. I don't know. It looked weird, I
Maybe.
thought.
Yeah. I haven't never noticed that
Maybe
before,
if you're
but
from like New York City or something.
maybe, yeah. He's a bit more of a city boy, isn't he,
All right,
Valentine?
but we did have the scene. Yeah, he and Anna. Like, so do you think he
Mhm.
was genuine in wanting to instigate, you know, relations with Anna again, or was that just
Just to
uh,
keep her close by.
right to keep her close by because he's trying to protect his pikeman role? Or
Yeah, I was a little suspicious of his motives there, I must say. Um, I don't know. They give themselves and each other too much credit. you know, Neither of them is really as clever,
no,
I
they're
don't
not as
think, as
sharp
they
as they
think,
think they are.
you
Yeah.
know? And we also had the meeting between Jason and Dex, which was
Oh yeah, which was just everybody like puffing their chest out, like
Yeah.
for as
And
far
I
as they
thought,
could. And,
do they
yeah,
really have to be that way? I mean, it just seemed like it was unnecessary to be so
I could see that
macho,
couple of macho dudes meeting up, and yeah,
I
I could see that
guess.
totally,
Yeah. Yeah.
totally.
But then Dex, of
Um,
course, totally softens when Anna, talks to
yeah,
him. And
yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know. We'll see. We got to get Sonny back in the. We didn't have any
yeah.
movement on the Sonny storyline in the past couple days.
No, we didn't. I know.
So
So,
we'll have to see. I mean, I still feel like that whole Med storyline and Ava's role in it is a
mhm.
crucial one to all kinds of
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
things here. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I I don't know. I don't know what
And
to think.
maybe
I don't want to think the worst of Ava, but it's becoming hard not to.
I know that's just playing with fire, not intervening.
Right, right.
And like what if TJ saw him looking all erratic or something like that?
Oh,
He'd
right. Yeah,
he'd
that's
blow a
probably going to come
gasket,
to a
you know.
head. Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they're probably
So,
setting us up for some big shootout where Christina is going to be, in the middle of it, and
yeah.
TJ will
Yeah.
be all vindicated and annoying.
I know. What if that
He's
all
just
ends
so like yucky at the
tragically?
moment. I know.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would be awful, wouldn't it? If there was
It
some
would.
tragedy with the pregnancy or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I hope that doesn't happen.
I know. Um, I know. I almost want it all to go well, and Christina, you know, to behave like an aunt and not want, any more of a role than that. Just so
Yeah, just to
TJ,
prove him wrong, just so TJ could
yeah,
shut the fuck up. Yeah.
yeah,
But she probably won't. She and Blaze will probably like take off on across
yeah,
the country, like try to get away with the baby, and it's our baby now, and
yeah. Well, that takes us back to Natalia, Blaze's mom.
Natalia. She's awful.
And like, what is the point of like talking to Alexis about her daughter being pregnant and hanging out with Blaze? I don't think people are just going to assume that that's their baby.
No,
It
I
just,
know. I don't know what the point is of making Natalia so unbearable right from the
yeah,
get-go. I
they're
don't know.
drumming up, like, she's drumming up all these worst case scenarios, kind of, like everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
She's just going around being kind of a jerk to everybody, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't like her. We'll probably love her later,
I
but
know that's what I'm thinking. Like, so what's the angle there? And is there something going to happen that's going to make us suddenly sympathize with her? I
no,
mean, and
I kind of liked your dress, but
okay, but wouldn't you think she'd sort of hone in on Sonny as like maybe the biggest problem, kind of like
yeah,
TJ has,
yeah, right, yeah. Ultimately, but I
unless
just think does Blaze know that her mother is doing this? Like, can you imagine your
yeah.
mother going around talking to everybody? Like, oh my God.
No, I know. And yeah, it does seem like she should have some awareness of it, or like stumble upon her mother like behaving
Yeah,
this
and
way,
have to have a
stand
come to
up.
Jesus kind of moment with her
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. So,
Anyway, I don't
but
know.
I don't
I
either.
don't
I
know.
liked
It
how,
hasn't been a very satisfying week on Hospital, so
no,
I'm
right.
hoping they sort themselves a little bit.
That would be
Sort it.
nice. Yeah. Sort it and, consider giving Maxie a bigger role, because
Yeah, how about Maxie be the spokesperson? Like, why don't they let her
I
be
was
the
thinking that too. Wouldn't that have been cool? You
And that was
know?
like, did they have to give it a whole? I understand, like, everybody's like, oh, we all love Lois. Let's give Lois a reason to stay. But
Right.
they had this entire clunky episode to come up
Yeah.
with the reason that Lois is going to stay. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it was almost unbearable.
It was, all of it was over the top, including Lois, it's like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was, I don't know why, but it was grossing me out watching her put her fingernail into the lotion, you know?
Yeah.
I was like,
I
yeah,
can't
do not
I
put that
can't
on my
really
face. Yeah.
imagine her and Morgan Fairchild in a scene together. That's a little hard to
Well, you probably see him. You
Yeah.
probably would get to see. I mean, I want Lois to stick around. I'd like for her to have
Yeah.
some real storylines.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're
Yeah.
moving her away from the wedding stuff. Like, that's good.
Well, that's
But
true, yeah.
but this was like too much, and like they're gonna have
Mhm.
everybody over there watching
Mhm.
like, I don't know. It was ridiculous. It was
It
just
was.
ridiculous.
Even like Scotty, I thought, God, he must feel like an idiot
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this scene,
It was inane. The word inane comes to mind.
Inane. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't think of anything better to do with Scotty.
Right. I know you've got gold there. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, do better, General Hospital. Come on.
come
Come
on.
on.
If you need to bring us in as consultants, we're
Right.
happy to
Right.
chime in.
Right.
Yeah.
Let all the men grow their hair quite a bit longer.
That would be your
Some of us
first
like that.
suggestion.
Right. Right. Have some more hot lesbian couples. You've got one hot lesbian couple. Go ahead and do a few more of those arrangements. I think those work well.
I would like some cooking segments with Aiden. I liked how Sasha pulled him into the kitchen and had him helping her.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
that
nice.
was
Yeah.
sweet. If that
I
could
like
develop
Sasha.
into
I mean,
I
Sasha's
do
likable.
too. She really is. She really is. Yeah, and
So
maybe
I hope they're wrong about the idea that Sasha and Cody are leaving, which I'd seen in headlines before, that they're just on their way out.
Yeah, that doesn't seem necessary.
Because they're both likable characters right now, and
Yeah.
they're sweet. They're just kind of sweet together. So
Yeah, and they're not asking anything of us.
no, but I'm a little confused as to Sasha, how hard up Sasha is. Like, so did Gladys take her entire income away? Like, she's like needing a place to live right now. Is that believable?
I think so. I mean, because Sonny offered her some money, right? But she didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
And maybe Gladys burned through everything. I mean, that shouldn't have been possible, but maybe it was. I don't know.
Because it seemed I was like, really? She's gonna have to move? Like, the whole appeal of that job was because she had a place to live, and I don't know. It seemed like, did I know it was that bad for her?
Yeah, that was all pretty fast. That moved fast too. Yeah.
But anyway, I approve of their romance, and if they want to like snog in front of Comet or whatever, that's fine. It's fine with me.
Oh yeah. That seems fine to me too. I didn't really like that. What's her name? Olivia was critical of Sasha's cooking. For some reason, that annoyed me.
The oregano comment.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
I liked that Leo said it was better than Olivia's spaghetti.
Oh yeah, that was a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's consistently good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know. It was sort of an uneven couple of days, I guess we'll say.
Definitely, and I don't know why. Like, even if it's midweek stuff, that doesn't mean they don't have to try hard. I think the show should be interesting every day of the week. Not
it really
just
should.
Monday and Friday.
We deserve better, right?
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, we've paid our money. Now give us what we came for.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching. I don't know about you.
You are. I'm gonna stop. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll still do the podcast with you, but I won't have any idea what you're talking about.
You brought me into this freaking thing. Well, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep watching and we'll talk about it in a
Yeah.
few days, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Gia.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for listening, anybody that's listening, and we'll see you all in a
Yeah.
couple days.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. So we'll talk on Monday, right? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Is
Sounds
that
good.
right? Is that when we talk
What's
next
today?
Monday?
Today's Thursday. Yeah, we'll talk on Monday. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you. All right,
Okay.
Gia.
All right. Night, Keisha. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Night.
Okay. See